Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tuesday's training here for GroovePages. And this is Tom Beal. We have the amazing Donna Fox with us here in the background as well. So Donna and I are excited to have you here and open your eyes to a few things today that definitely will help simplify your journey of utilizing GroovePages to its fullest potential. And here's a picture of me. I'm clicking around, figuring out how to do this go-to webinar thing, and I'll take that off for now. But next is figuring out how to share. And Donna, I may ask you to help me figure that out because I'm looking at the top here and
At
I
the
see,
very top of your sidebar, it might say the word sharing.
oh, I think I have to
Yeah,
change
that's a
present.
little arrow.
Okay, let me see there. Nope, I don't
Hold
have
on.
the show
Maybe I
screen.
can.
Maybe I have to change presenter to me. Are you on it? Yeah, here we go. I'm changing it to me
Okay,
and
there you go.
show my screen, main screen. Okay, so there we have it. Now we are in. So ladies and gentlemen, as you can see, there's three words that I learned in the Marine Corps that is definitely applicable in your online business. And those three words are improvise, adapt, and overcome. Write those down real quickly if you haven't heard of those. Improvise, adapt, and overcome. Even after being in the industry, Don and I met first in March of 2005. And after meeting all those years ago, as you can see, we aren't experts at everything. We're good at certain things, not so great at other things, but we always improvise, adapt, and overcome. So when you get frustrated, when you get technically challenged, when you feel like chucking the laptop on the floor or out the window, know that you're not alone and know that everybody, no matter what level of time they've been in the online marketing space or not, deals with that frustration. So you're in good company, and as long as you have that perseverance and determination and discipline to take one step after the next, you will get there. So that said, go ahead and post hi if you can hear me in the chat there. I'm going to click over here to see if I can see all that. I think I have to lower that. Okay, so now I can do it. Now I'm seeing some things. Oh, there we go. So we got Michael saying greetings from Western Colorado. Michael saying I was expecting you to say FUBAR. That's another interesting one. Charles, excellent opening, Tom. Thank you. Jeffrey, hey, hi Jeffrey from Colorado. Good to see you. Chris, hello from California. So we've got people from all over, up, and here we go, all over the world. Ross from New Zealand. Good to see you here, Ross. And more coming in. So welcome. We're going to have some fun here. We're going to get into some things that can really simplify this. So Alan from the UK. All right, so we're all here. Great to hear you, Tom. Oh, Heidi Bradley, good to see you. Good to see you here. It's Heidi from Salt Lake City. Good to have you here. Denver, Colorado, with Linny. Good to have you here. So we're going to have some fun, and we're going to overcome a lot of complication. I've been known, and one of my nicknames is the simplifier. So if it's all right with you, I'm going to simplify this whole process for you here today. And here's some of the things we're going to be covering. So one, we're going to talk about how to connect your autoresponder, and in many cases, autoresponders. You'll see that I have two connected. I have my Aweber and my Active Campaign connected. And I'll show you how to do that simply and easily. We're also going to dive into how to quickly create an opt-in page and deliver your freemium. We'll get into that today in this training. And then also how to utilize your custom domain. You're going to see that once you build any pages within the GroovePages world, it automatically can publish to a URL that you'll be able to add a name to at the end of that URL, or you can connect your URL that you already own and enter that URL and do a couple things with your email registrar. I'm sorry, your domain name registrar, and forward it to the proper server, and it will automatically go to that URL from your GroovePages. So we're going to dive into some fun things like that today. And before we do that, we're going to jump into some of the last, most recent updates since our last training last Tuesday. So I'm hoping you can see this page now. Where we go here? There we go. So give me a 1 in the chat if you can see the GroovePages dev updates. Give me a 1 in the chat. Okay, perfect. Good, good, good. That's just confirmation that you're seeing what I'm seeing, which is always nice. So I'll go down to the 24th. And if we start at the bottom of February 25th here, I'll start at the very bottom. Fixed, custom ID attributes gets reset when applying changes to the element. Improved, usability of the code embed element. Make sure the element remains visible and clickable at all times. Fixed, custom colors not working for FA icons and divider elements. Improved, mobile navigation bar toggle icon now works inside the builder, so it can be collapsed while working in the mobile view. Fixed, canvas outline flows outside of the viewport in mobile view. Fixed on February 28th. Hidden elements aren't receiving the proper CSS class to make them transparent when hidden. Fixed, button background color problems in modal pop-ups. Fixed, text editor toolbar and drag drop placeholder occasionally end up getting saved with the page. Added GoToWebinar integration. I'm curious to find out about that. And this is an exploration for all of us as all these new things roll out. Some of them I've yet to dive into. Fixed, cannot set other pages as homepage, nothing happens. Fixed, embed elements become invisible after entering embed code. March 1st, added layout builder allows the proper alignment of elements using the Flexbot concept. And if you go to that domain that's listed inside this GroovePages dev updates by Matt Naus, it leads you to that video. And this video here is roughly 21 minutes long that goes more into detail about the Flexbox concept. So the URL is right there. Take a peek at that when you get a chance. Fixed, canvas auto scrolls upward when dragging an element. Fixed, moving divider blocks is nearly impossible. Fixed, style editor not available for block quote text. Improved layout functionality tab, image picker and checkboxes. And then March 2nd, fixed, container elements in forms are not stylable. Fixed, YouTube video element positioning breaks when using Flexbot layout. And then on March 3rd, added zoom functionality on the canvas, handy when moving blocks or elements around on lengthy pages. So as you've seen, the updates are continual. And so it's an ongoing process. Actually, some of what we're going to be talking about and learning and showing you today in short time is going to be outdated. And that's another reminder as to why at this particular juncture, we don't have a suite of videos, because what I'm going to be showing you today, many of those steps that create the opt-in page that link your autoresponder into that opt-in page are going to be different in very short time. So we're going to show you how to get it up and running today. But in the meantime, step number 1 is how to connect your autoresponder and autoresponders. And I love the fact that you can add more than one autoresponder. Any of the pages that you're working on, you can select which autoresponder that form is going to and which list within that form. And I'll show you how to do that. But first of all, we have to clear your cookies while you're on GroovePages. You integrate and follow that process. And then we'll show you how to properly use the forms as we build the opt-in page next. So let me jump out of here and just give you what I mean by that. So when we're inside, let me shrink this up a bit so I can see all of the stuff we got going on here. So when we're inside here, we go and click on My Integrations. And as you can see, I already have Aweber or Active Campaign in there. If you want to add another one, you just pick which integration type, and it could be any of these choices. And there's where GoToWebinar links. So if you want to integrate GoToWebinar, you can do that, which is fantastic. That's something I'll be playing around with between now and next week, and then all the different other things that you can integrate here. So depending on which one you have, and then now, as you can see, with GetResponse, it asks for the API key. Let me jump back over and show you how with Aweber and Active Campaign, what happens. So after you clear your cookies, you go and do what I just showed you there. And here's how to clear the cookies. So take a screenshot of this page if you don't remember a couple weeks ago when Donna shared how to do this, how to clear your cookies. So basically, when you're in Google Chrome, you right-click on the page and then click Inspect. You click and hold the refresh page icon at the top and then choose empty cache and hard reload option. Let me show you what I mean here. So I'm not actually going to do it on on my page here, but you go here, you right click anywhere on the page. Once you're inside, I'll get out of this page right here, exit. So when you're inside the Groove apps, you click anywhere, click on inspect. Then up at the top, press and hold this, empty cache and hard reload. Press that. And when you do that, you may or may not. If it doesn't kick you out, I probably would recommend logging out and then logging back in. And once you've done that, you've now cleared your cookies, and then you can go into my integrations, add, select whichever one you want. And for Aweber, mine's already added, so it's not going to pop up. When you do Aweber, it's going to ask for, what it asked me for here was basically to log in to Aweber. Click here to authorize it. It's already in there. So you click here to authorize your Aweber account. It logs you in and then allows access. I'm already in, so I'm not going to do that again, obviously, but this is exactly the process you'll see when you do it. And then once you allow access, you'll receive an email that shows that you've actually integrated with Aweber. So as you just saw, so these are the things plus GoToWebinar that was just added that are allowed to be integrated: ActiveCampaign, Aweber, Campaign Monitor, GetResponse, MailChimp, Mautic, GoToWebinar, Webform. And then you click on the little three things here, go to My Integrations, then click Add in the red button that you just saw, select your integration, and for Aweber, log into your account like you saw, and then it will ask you to authorize the Groove apps to use it, and then you receive an email from Aweber saying you've connected Groove apps to your Aweber account. And that's with Aweber. Now with ActiveCampaign, similar to what you saw when we chose GetResponse, it asks for an API key. You have to log into GetResponse, and I showed you in my ActiveCampaign where and how to do this. So when I logged into my ActiveCampaign, since it asked me for my API key and URL, you log into the account, and then in the bottom left, there's a gear icon down here. You click on that, and then you click on Developer, and then you see it gives you the URL and it gives you the API key. You copy each of those, you put them into, jumping back and forth, hopefully I'm not not having anybody have a seizure or anything like that. So you'd copy the API key, paste it here, you'd go back to, oops, you go back to the URL, copy the URL, and paste it in there, and then click update, and then those are going to be in there for you. And similarly, it's going to be similar to either the Aweber or ActiveCampaign, just like you saw with GetResponse. Some of them are going to ask for the API key, some are going to ask you to log in and authorize the Groove apps. Either way, when you do those, so I haven't done it yet for GoToWebinar, but when I go and do it for GoToWebinar, now it will show Aweber, ActiveCampaign, GoToWebinar. And you can add as many of them as you want. And you'll see as we play around in some of the creation of some opt-in pages today, you'll see how, and this is unique to some of the page builders I've used in the past, each page builder had to connect to one autoresponder. And it was a real pain in the neck to have to use another autoresponder inside that same account. This is real simple, and you'll see how here in a second. So once you have the integrations in there, you'll see which ones are integrated and you're good to go. So just a quick recap, just this page in case you missed it. I had to clear my cookies to do the two integrations, and you only have to clear the cookies once and add the integrations at the same time if you can. So you clear cookies by doing this process. Right click, I'm sorry, do a screenshot of this page if you want to remember how to do this. Right click on the page, click inspect, click and hold on that refresh page icon at the top, and then choose empty cache and hard reload option. Once I did that, then I was able to problem-free add in ActiveCampaign and Aweber. All right, any questions? Like type a 1 if you got that. Oh, I see a question there, Walter. Where is the refresh on Chrome page? Great question, Walter. And let me show you that one more time. I can exit out of here. There we go. So, okay, so I'll walk you through those steps one more time. So and this is pretty much any page you'd want to empty your, clear your cookies. Right click, click inspect, Once you do that, then you go up to the refresh page in Chrome. So it's that circle right there. So you got where you type the URLs, you got your home, and then you got the circle. Press and hold that, and then choose empty cache and hard reload. Right, so great question. And I'll be straight up, I had no clue of this process until Donna showed it a couple weeks ago. I normally just cleared all the cookies, and it's a little bit of a cumbersome thing because then you have to relog into a whole bunch of the different sites. How do you add Mautic? That's a great question. I don't know. Let me show you. So I'll go here. I'll go to My Integrations. I will add. We go down here to Mautic, username, password, URL. So in essence, whatever your username and password is, and then I don't know if that URL means a URL similar to what was inside my active campaign or not. See, inside my active campaign, see, it just calls this URL. That's in the URL and API key. And this is a URL that's definitely different and unique to my account. So I don't know, and my guess is there's probably, once you log in to Mautic and go to some settings, API type of page within there, it's probably going to be similar to my
You're
active
correct,
campaign.
Tom. Yeah,
Okay,
you're absolutely right. It's in the
perfect.
API settings at Mautic.
Perfect. Awesome. Kind of scared me. I'm like, what? Someone's in the room here. That was the one and only Donna Fox. Thank you, Donna. So
Sure.
yes, George. So your username and password is literally your username and password when you log in, and the URL, once you log in, you click around and find out where that API integration aspect is, and it will have a URL that you want to copy and paste, put in there, click update, and that will add it in there. All right, so it looks like okay, Walter's got it. Can we add our own SMTP if we have our own hosting account? That's a good question. I don't know the answer to. Richard Mason, no audio. Everyone else seems to be hearing it.
Yeah,
Everyone
audio is
can.
fine, Richard. Go ahead and maybe refresh, or it's on your computer end, definitely. And in terms of SMTP, I think that there is an integration called web form, which is kind of a generic integration. I haven't looked at it, but that might be where you add SMTP,
Might
or
be.
maybe not. Yeah.
Yep. So if he can't hear us, he didn't hear us. So I'm texting him. I'll send that to him privately.
Yeah,
And
good point.
then,
If we can't hear him, we can't tell that we can't hear him.
yep. There we go. Audio's fine. Okay, I do have a web form, so that works as well. Okay, perfect. Good, good, good. All right, so everybody's on track with how to add integrations, and I'm super excited and pumped up to play around with GoToWebinar. Let's see what happens here. Click here to authorize GoToWebinar. So basically, authorize that, be able to add that to your account as well, and we'll be able to play around. So let me jump back over to the keynote here. And so that is step number one of how to integrate your autoresponders with the GroovePages process. Now, how to create your opt-in page. I'll just share it with you quickly here. Basically, the quickest and easiest way is to select a template that's already made, modify it properly and quickly, drag in the proper form, which I'll show you here, save and publish. I'm going to skip a couple steps further as well, just to share what else we're going to be going through. Then create a thank you page they'll be sent to after opting in. And that's with a caveat. Right now, and Mike and I just got off a training he gave me a little bit earlier today, and I'll show you how and where that's going to be a little bit different soon. And on that thank you page, basically tell them what to expect and how to look for the email you just sent them, and then deliver the freemium inside the email and possibly on the thank you page. That's up to each discretion. We'll get into more of this. And then I'll show you inside GroovePages how to use your custom domain, inside your domain registrar, how to set that up, and inside your cPanel and inside WordPress, actually. We'll get into that as well. So I'll exit out of here. And now we're going to jump into creating some quick opt-in pages. And real fast, it's as simple as this. So when you want to start a new opt-in page, you just click up here in the top right, new site. Now, the blank template, if you have some time and really want to dig in, sure, but most of the time, I would highly recommend going to the templates. And the good news is you don't see the whole thing, so you can do a preview. So this one here is an upsell. So right away you see a little bit of guidance here. Upsell, home, 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 opt-in, home, 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 thank you, upsell, e-commerce, e-commerce, e-commerce. And there's a lot more that are going to be added here in short order. But just to give you an idea, you can press preview, and it will give you an idea of what this entire page looks like. And you say, you know what? Okay, cool. And I'm going to show you something real quickly. Probably not on this one, but I'll show you something real quickly on something like this. So I'm just going to go ahead and select this one. Select. Now, when we select it, pretty much all I do real quickly is click on these three buttons. I go to site settings and type in what it is, test or demo opt-in page, right? Just so I know when I'm looking at them at the end, what it is that we're dealing with. And now obviously on this page, if and when I have the time for a quick one, all this other stuff's not absolutely necessary, but can help you as you get something up and running to go more in depth and add a favicon, which basically is the little icon that's up here when they have the URL open. Not necessary. Custom CSS, not much necessary. If you have some tracking codes and things like that, Google Analytics that you want to put in, that's where that would go. And then Open Graph, social share settings. This stuff's more later. Like when you want to build a quick site, pretty much name it and then jump in here and start playing around and monkeying around. So in essence, with an opt-in page, you probably can get rid of this stuff right up top. So right away, when I'm clicking on it, I see everything green. See that whole green highlight? When I click in here, there we go. Everything is green. If I click delete right there, it's going to delete everything. Watch this. Confirm, delete. I deleted it all. Here's the good news, ladies and gentlemen. Crap, I didn't want to delete all that. Hit this button here. Bring it back. See how simple it is? And that can be back, back, back. You can bring back things that you deleted. So just to give you an example, I don't need a button up here. I'm going to click on that button. I'm going to click on the delete, confirm. Okay, I really don't need this here. I'm going to delete that. That image, I mean, I can change it, but I don't need that. I can delete that. See what I'm saying? So you can delete stuff as you see fit. And then once again, you can click back, back, back. So this is kind of a nice savior. I'm sure I'm not the only one when dealing in the old way of building pages where like all this time and effort and work and you had a whole bunch of copy and all of a sudden you click something, you delete it and it's gone. You're like, oh my goodness, your heart drops. As you can see here in GroovePages, the quick back and forward will help you not lose your mind as you're building the pages. And just keep that in mind as you're doing things. So right away, I'm just going to go in here, click the whole thing. I'm going to delete and get rid of that whole top bar. All right. Now, I'm going to jump ahead because obviously we can get to headline and, cool headline, all this fun stuff. But what I'm going to do is something you probably never imagined as to what needs to happen now. And it's going to be only for a little time. But right now, these pages, this opt-in does not give you the allowance to connect to your integrated autoresponders. I know it sounds silly, but that's the fact right now. And I'm going to show. So basically, you go in here and you delete this. Like, Tom, what the heck are you doing? Trust me, follow me. Delete the button. All right. And we're going to skip ahead. So we'll get to the copy and all the other fun stuff on the page in a second. But the next thing we're going to do is right now show you how to bring in your autoresponders and put the form there. So you go, after you delete the form that was on the template, you go into elements, click elements, scroll all the way to the bottom. And at the bottom of elements, here are your integrations. Now it lists them all, even though I only have 2 of them integrated, right? So obviously I can't drag in any of the other ones that aren't currently integrated, but I have Active Campaign integrated and I have Aweber integrated. So what I'm going to do is drag in Active Campaign. I'm going to put it underneath here, boom, and there we have it. Now Active Campaign is in here, and a couple other caveats I'll jump into in a second, but give me a 1 if you understand what I just did. Type a 1 in if you saw how I did that and how you bring in, okay, Jerry 1, Alan 1, Sandy 1, Elizabeth 1, Charles 1, okay, I see the web form at the bottom. Very cool. Yes, Wesley 1. Okay, good. Okay, so you see that. So once again, I'm going to back up and I'm going to show you something else while we're here. So while you're here, when I click on this button, if I click on the up arrow here, at the bottom you see text. Like, see this text right here? If I click up, I'm now inside the active campaign component, right? And there's a couple ways that we can get there. So A, if I click on the button, I could just automatically click on active campaign component and it brings it to there, or the other way that I showed you the first time, when I'm click on the button and then go up, and then see how the arrow, the green is all the way around that whole box. And at the bottom, this is key, you see the active campaign component. This is how and where I designate which list it goes on, right? So this is very important, because you just can't have the form there and not tell the active campaign or whatever your autoresponder company is which form to associate it with. So once you're here at the very bottom, and you can click on it directly if you're advanced beyond, like if you're elsewhere, you can click on the active campaign component. Now go up over here to configure. Click on configure. The drop-down integration is active campaign. And once you've selected that, you then choose the list, and I will choose the simplifier app. I click update. Boom. Configurations are successfully set. You got that? So now this is, very quickly, we brought in from elements the active campaign. I dragged it over and it came here, and then we went here. We went to the active campaign component, configure, and there it is, active campaign, the simplifier app. And when you list it, all of your lists are going to be there. You choose which one you want to integrate it with. Now, the list that I have, most of them have name and email. Some only have email. And here's the fun part. Like, we'll be able to go in and modify this. So for instance, I can click on this button. As you see, it's green all around the button. I can go over here and choose the text to be green. I could choose the text to be blue, whatever I want. I'll choose the text to be white. I'm going to choose the background just to show you green, right? Just to give you some contrast. So you can play around with this. You can double click in here and your primary email address, where report will be sent. Something, you could change whatever you want. You can go in here, you can modify it color wise. Once again, you could make it whatever color you want.
While you're doing that, I just want to highlight what you did in terms of, from a marketing perspective, not just the building the opt-in. When he just changed this to your primary email address where the report will be sent, he greatly cut down the number of fake opt-ins that he will get. So it might impact conversion, but it's going to, like, you may get lower conversions because a lot of people will just put in their email address. They'll put in fake email addresses, hoping that you deliver the report on the thank you page. By changing this, conversions may go down. So if you're just looking at raw numbers, you might see a decline, but the actual real email percentage that you get is going to increase. So.
Yeah, well, thank you. And that's automatic. Like, that's just from years of doing this, like your primary email, where report will be sent. And that automatically, we've all been there like, oh crap, I can't use my junk email. I got to use my real one. Which one am I going to use? Because I want that, right? And that sets the tone, and that leads to one of the slides that I said. Well, thank you for pointing that out, Donna. Where some people deliver the value on the thank you page, others deliver it inside the email with some type of messaging that makes sure people give their best email address, their primary email address. So something to keep in mind. See the green, yeah, right, in the green, right? It's just, you can choose whatever color you want, and obviously as you get proficient, there will come a point where you'll have whatever your mix is, and you can save it as a favorite, and that will allow you to pull in some of your favorite type of stuff. So anyhow, lots of good things. So anyhow, now you may notice, and this is something that's going to be changing. It has email and name, and there's no drag. Like, there's no way for me to drag it and switch that up. So I was on with Mike and Finn earlier. Finn is another developer, and Finn is saying, yes, that will be soon changed, where it will be when you hover over it, it'll show an icon to be able to move it around. So for instance, this like here, so you can see how that gives the arrows. So now I can move this up or down. Similarly, there'll be those types of arrows that will allow you to switch name and email around. At this particular time, that is coming soon. And I'll also state, as I bring this down here, there we go. Okay, now it went up there, perfect. All right, so watch this, back, there we go, that's easier. The back button is your friend. So the way that I just showed you how to do it is going to be changing very soon. So this works right now by going to the elements, scrolling down and dragging in. So I'll show you the other option. So when we go here, and the other thing to remember, I'm on the button here. If I go up, see how now it's the whole active campaign component. I'm going to delete that and show you the same process by bringing in my Aweber. Scroll down to the bottom. We've already integrated them, and then I'll simply pull in the Aweber, drag it in, boom, right there. And now same thing at the bottom, when you click on this, you want to go to Aweber component. So there's two ways to get to it. You can click on it at the bottom or click on the button, go up until you're in the Aweber component. And at the bottom there, then over here, it opens up the Aweber component. You go to configure. It obviously is Aweber, and then you choose which list you'd want it to be on. So I'll just make it, I got a lot of lists. I'll do 3-day Apple Fast update. Boom. So there we have it. So now when people opt in there, it's going to go to that list. Make sense? So I'm going to delete this one again and drag in just to show how simple it is. So keep in mind, this is how it is now. It's not going to be this way soon, but this is how we do it right now. Boom, right there. Subscribe, go up until it's the active campaign component. Go to configure, active campaign, choose which list, the simplifier app, update. Okay, I think that is nailed in. Now, another neat little thing. So let me see if I can remember how to do this one. Expert mode. There we go. Okay, so now that I'm in the active campaign component, now what I'm going to do is go down to sizing. You see how it's kind of wide right there? I can do relative to parent and then use this slider. See how it shrunk down a lot? I can use this slider to move it how much I want. That makes sense? So that is one way to modify the size per se, right? The slider there, pretty interesting. And there's a lot of other fun things, obviously, that you can do with, as we just showed, changing the colors and all that stuff. And as you see, I'm toggling in and out of expert mode, right? Because for me, it's easier to change the colors when I'm in non-expert mode, normal mode. So for instance, the background, I'm going to change it to some attention grabbing color there. If you want to change the text, yes, I want this free report, you know, and then change the text up here. And while I'm doing this, you know, simply enter your details below to receive this amazing free gift. All right, so type in your niche. Type in your niche. I'm going to pick a couple niches here with a cool tool that's going to help pick some headlines. So type in your niche: financial education, health. So Elizabeth, health by Linny, debt elimination. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm going to share with you a cool resource. Check out this URL. I'll put it in the message. I'll message all here. And so I'm going to pick financial education, send to all, but I'm going to send that URL. This is a URL that, watch this. So financial education.
I just used this site the other day, Tom, so thank you so
Uh-huh.
much for recommending it to me. It helped me create subject lines for an email series.
Yep. Yep. It's brilliant. So watch how this works, ladies and gentlemen. So I'll pick a few things here. And yeah, I was thankful. I forgot who told me about it, but here we go. So here's financial education, and we hit enter. 14 myths uncovered about financial education. We hit the button again. How financial education makes you a better lover. All right, that's pretty catchy. The only financial education resources you will ever need. 20 reasons the Amish were right about financial education. And as you click it, and this is something Donna pointed out to me, and it's fun as well, it gives you some reasons why it picks the certain things. So, right for your audience, this could be Sinatra. True facts about Justin Bieber's love of financial education. You know, whoever your person is that your people look up to, better to have loved than lost. You know, I type Selena Gomez too. They're still going to come back together. Blah, blah. So this is fun. So again, click it. Financial education taboos you should break. So let's pick another one here. Um, debt elimination, health. All right, so debt elimination. Let's see how this works out. Debt elimination. 17 ideas you can steal from debt eliminations. Here come new ideas for debt elimination. How debt elimination once saved the world. Why debt eliminations are lamer than James Franco. 15 unexpected uses for debt elimination. Saw one for health. You can get more specific on that. 12 things you don't want to hear about health. How not knowing health makes you a rookie. The only health resources you will ever need. Why health is hotter than Jennifer Lawrence. You haven't seen this health list on BuzzFeed. The 19 worst songs about health, right? So some interesting stuff. Also look at Answer the Public. Nabi says answerthepublic.com. Cool. So I'm gonna check that out real quick. So as you can see in this community, there's all sorts of great resources that are out there. So answer the public. Enter your keyword. So we'll do financial education. All right, it's making some questions. So anyhow, good stuff, Nabi. Wow, look at this. Wow, that is cool. Who, why, when, what, how. Wow. What's financial? These is great. How is financial education important? How to get financial? Wow. What's financial education? That's perfect. This is great. So write that one down as well. Answer the public. Pretty cool. Yeah. So Nabi, good resource there. Thank you. Um, a building contractor, tooth sensitivity. All right. Cool. Sport. So lots of good stuff here. So that one's great too. So then with headlines, so for um, tooth sensitivity, see this one. 13 amazing tooth sensitivity pictures. Why the world would end without tooth sensitivities. Why tooth sensitivities are cuter than a kitten. How tooth sensitivities are making the world a better place. The complete beginner's guide to tooth sensitivities. Why Kim Kardashian will never be good at tooth sensitivities. So you see, these are all fun things that can give you ideas that you can then take to your headline, right? So for instance, and one of the tools I use, so actually I'll go right to here. So for some of my stuff, I have, let's see here, 3-day Apple fast, 20 podcasts about 3-day Apple fast, how to stay popular in the 3-day Apple fast world, how to fight Lex Luthor using only 3-day Apple fasts, why mom was right about 3-day Apple fast. So pretty much anything that you're plugging into there can work. So, and keto diets, right? That's similar to this one here. So keto diets, George is in. So keto diets, the 19 best resources for keto diets, the simplest ways to make the best of keto diets, 8 ways keto diets can find you the love of your life. 8 freaky reasons keto diets could get you fired. Interesting. You haven't seen this keto diets list on BuzzFeed. Why the next 10 years of keto diets will smash the last 10. Why the world would end without keto diets. So these are pretty good ideas to then take that and use them for your subheadlines, your headlines, etc., and even possibly as the page unfolds. But if we're simply talking about a quick opt-in page, let's just check this out real quick. So if I go up, now you see that's all there. Now that's all there. If I delete that, boom, boom. If I'm here, I go up. I can even go up more, up another one, delete that. Right? So you can delete a lot of this stuff on different pages to make it what you want it to be. And then if so you can take out certain stuff that you don't feel is necessary, because not everything's necessary on all the pages. And you can do different things. You can take this out, and then if you go to elements, or I'm sorry, blocks, and we're talking footers, you could drag in a simple footer. Oops. Right there. Delete that one. See, so this gives you so much flexibility in what you can do, and what you can use the templates to get you started, and then just take out all the stuff that you don't want. This would be great for testimonials, possibly some stuff here, but it's all about the simplicity. And here's another example. So we've got this picture of this dude here. So I'm going to click on this. I'm going to go to configure. So as you see, it's the green arrow around the picture. I'm going to go configure. I'm going to choose an image. Now watch this. We've been talking about, I had my 3-day apple diet, 3-day apple fast, and then there's keto diet. So I'm going to type in diet, free stock photos here. This is huge, by the way. If you haven't seen this stuff, this saves huge amounts of money that has to be paid to go get the rights to use images. These are free stock photos that you can use. So you could pick this one, updating. Okay, boom, it's right there. So I'm gonna now use this one. I'm gonna select it.
While you're there,
And
can you show them how to size it? There was a
maybe,
question earlier about that. I can walk you through
maybe,
it.
maybe I can. So configure. So choose image. And then, so here we have the sizing. So you can modify it here. So like if I do 2000, it automatically changes the other aspects. If I do 3000 or 3500, it's keeping it in the right aspect. If I update the dimensions and I select that, I update, I don't know if I noticed anything happen. I don't know if I did that right. Oh, and then here we go. So design, you can do that.
I think that there's a plan to add a crop to it as well to help you with some
Okay.
of the, or that might be before you put it on the page when you
Okay.
select it in the sidebar. But at some point they were talking about adding a crop so that these
Okay.
are a little bit more usable.
Okay. Perfect. And then you can actually do stuff like this whole back image here, like this whole block. You could choose an image. So I did this. This is a picture I took of a whole bunch of apples for my apple fast. So I'm just going to just give this a whirl. And then so this right here, you click on the edit. There it is. So there it is, Donna. You click on that edit, and now you can bring it in and modify it
Awesome.
as you want, right? I'm just going to keep it as is for now and see how this works. And boom, there we have it. So I would want to edit this. So now I'm going to go back to that, and I'm going to click on this button. So here's exactly how to do it. Now I'm going to bring out of the possibility of it being not apples, right? So bring in the outline so that it's pretty much all apples. Confirm, update, select, and I did something. Oh, okay. All right, so that update dimensions, select. All right, so I'm not sure what I did. Maybe I need to refresh.
Try deleting the old image before you
Okay.
save
Yeah,
over.
that's it. That's right. Delete. Here we go. So then you do this one. That's the nice ratio. Select that. Huh, showing that. Not sure what's happening there.
I'm going to guess it's one of those cookie issues too.
Yeah, it might be. Yeah, it probably is. Yep. So I'll do this. I'm going to save it. I'm actually going to give a refresh.
And if this doesn't work, I'm out of ideas.
There you go. Okay, right. But you get the picture like this, and this is something I played around with. If I exit out of here, I'll just show you one example. So I played around with something similar to that in here. And this is it. As you play around, you get to see it. And I added, and this isn't my finished thing, but it gives you an idea of what happens. So I just added that Apple image in the background and did some things and played around with it just to see what is going on. And now with this particular thing that I did down here, I can add, you know, you can get creative and do things that aren't too difficult, that can jazz things up a little bit. So anyhow, this was just me just playing around with kind of a fresh thing. But I
I just
digress.
have to say, like, when it comes to this stuff, you see Tom, he's just playing. He's just
Yeah,
clicking around and seeing what happens if I do this, what happens if
right.
I do that. This is why we have an undo button.
Correct, 100%. Yep, and that's exactly right. And so now with this, I mean, you want to get, I already saved it, so the undo button's back on it. But if I want to just do the background, I can go back to the color. I can go back to, all sorts of different possibilities. But anyhow, this is up to you to play around. But let me go back to this one, and just another thing to play around is in the free stock photos. I mean, there's cars. I mean, pretty wild photos. And if anybody's ever bought iStock photo, I mean, it adds up after a while of building, numerous sites. So you've got cars, you've got trucks, you've got computers. See what I'm saying? So this is another thing to play around with. And then if we're talking about diet, okay, we got some diet choices. If we're talking about construction, I saw some of that. Not too much in construction. Oop, if I spelled it right, maybe. Construction. There we go. Right. So let me see what other. Oh, teeth. Let's see, teeth sensitivity. Look at this. Like, and I'm just excited about this because I've bought so many iStock photos over the years. This saves you a lot of money, a lot of time, and whatever your niche is, get creative and think about. I'm going to type in professional. Get creative and think. Instead of having to go to iStock Photo and buy stuff, you've got the capability to use this free stock photos as you see fit. And as you play around with it, as I play around with it, we're going to get better and better on how to properly size them, how to properly bring them in and do all the fun stuff that's available for us. Now, when we update, boom, there it is. The Entrepreneur's Guide to Success and Business Growth, the 80/20. I mean, pretty wild. Like, that excites me. And we could obviously move a lot of stuff up and get this looking better. But as Donna said, it's time for you to play around and get something up. Now, once you've got the super cool headline and you've got enough, and you could even take away like even this type of stuff. I mean, you could get rid of pretty much all of it and have an opt-in page, some testimonials, and your bottom, copyright and legal stuff down here. And then all you do is press save. You press publish. If you want to host it, well, I think it's required either way, but you name it. So this is just a demo test. Now it's going to if we choose this, host with GroovePages, and you click publish, it's going to show you down here. Change GroovePages subdomain. Okay, demo test. There we go, content saved. Boom. Then this is your URL. Click on this and watch what happens. There it is. I forgot which list I associate it with, but if I enter my email, it's now, and I'll actually show you. Thomas H. Beal, well, I'll actually do plus test. For anyone that has a Gmail, you can do a plus anything after your normal Gmail, and that is cool. And then what we do now, and this actually, which one did I save it with? Oh, I got to go back. Which one do I have here? Okay, active. I didn't tag it. I didn't set it up. Okay, I got to go up here, configure, active campaign simplifier app, update. Okay, there we go. Save, publish, drop down here. Here's the URL. And I got to refresh it because that is not the right one. So there we go. Thomas H. Beal plus test at gmail.com. Tom. Subscribed, right? And this is something I also have to let you know. So I'm now subscribed. So in my email at that is going to be the autoresponder message from my email provider, Active Campaign in this place, that's got me subscribed. Mike wanted me to tell you, here's what's coming soon. So when you go up and you're in Active Campaign, you're in Aweber, you're in Get Response, whatever it is, when you go to configure, there's going to be another item here, which is going to be an opportunity for you to add in the thank you page URL. And so it's not there yet. So follow along with me. So when, as you saw, when I opted in, it just basically said subscribed. In the near future, there's going to be, you choose which integration it is, you choose which list it is, and then you choose which thank you page you want people to go to after they press subscribe, after they enter their name and email and hit the button. As you see right now, it's not there. So pretty soon it's going to be here, which allows you to enter in the URL for your thank you page. And that can be, you know, as you've seen, a standard procedure is when people opt in, leading to the thank you page, which is an opportunity to welcome them, but also give them a one-time offer. So that will be a URL that you'll be able to paste in there when you update it. And then after people submit their name and email, they'll be redirected to that URL that you designated here. And that URL can be another page that you created inside the GroovePages world. So for instance, I'll just show you. So one of the templates, if we go to new site and we go to templates, one of them is an upsell. So this could be a page that you create after they opt in. And it could be an upsell thank you page. Have something very important to show you, right? And then it could be, a book or an audio or a video or something that shares something for them that, welcomes them and then offers them some type of way to move forward and take it to the next level. So there we have it, how to do a quick thank you page. Now, let me go back to the demo opt-in page. Was that the one we were on? Yes. Open this one. And when we go to publish, I'll basically click this down. As you saw, host your site with us, but then there's also the capability to publish it on your domain. And here's how to do this. So basically, you go into your registrar, and I'm gonna now flip over to this. Where am I? Your domains. Okay, so which one did I do? Fast, simply. Okay, I gotta log back in. And this I have to confirm on my phone. Okay, approve. All right, so inside your domain registrar. All right, which one did I pick? Let me go back over here. I have one, Elite Talent Pro. Okay, that's the one. I did it earlier, so I'm gonna pick a domain list, Elite Talent Pro. Okay, so in Elite Talent Pro, I did it one simple way. All right. I went into advanced DNS and I put in exactly what it said inside GroovePages. So basically when you go and you select publish on your domain. So let me get out of this one and I'll show you what Elite Talent Pro was. So I've been playing around in here and it's pretty fun. It's pretty simple. So now this one's Elite Talent Pro. If I go to publish, you'll see that I typed in this, which gives you the URL, but I didn't want to host it there. I want to publish it on my domain. So I put in elitetalentpro.com and then I copied this host10.groovepages.com. And when I went into the URL, I go to advanced DNS, I pick the CNAME record and paste it in host10.groovepages.com. And what that does is it now sends everything to that URL, but that URL goes to the GroovePages and it automatically forwards. So if you go to elitetalentpro.com, this is where it goes. So if I just do a refresh, there it is. Now, watch this real quickly. So just take this URL. Actually, we'll do something fun. So I'll do Tom Beal Mankini. For those of you who've never seen this, this is life-changing. Maybe inappropriate. Everybody, I won't show it to you. When you get a chance, it's life-changing. Anyhow, here's what we do. So now that we're at this URL, this is the code that we need right here after the equals and before the at and before the and sign there. Copy that. We're going to go back over to here. So when I click on this, and I configure it, I paste this in here, I update it, and there we have it. There is Tom Beal in the Mankini. I save it, I publish it, it's saved. When we go back to Elite Talent Pro, boom, video's there. See how simple that is? So real time, as soon as you change anything inside GroovePages, it automatically is going to change on your live pages, right? No matter how you get to how you get to them. So the one way to get to them is by selecting publish on your domain, type in the domain name, and I put in www.elitetalentpro.com, and then it just took that away and it went there. Then go to your domain registrar, and then wherever you find the CNAME record, you paste in whatever it shows inside GroovePages for you. Mine was host10.groovepages.com. When I did that, it now automatically associates when people go to Elite Talent Pro, it notifies here and inside GroovePages, it knows to bring you to this URL right here. The other way to do it is to copy and paste this URL, but it's not hosted. So if you host it here, publish, I think you can do both. Click on that, and it's also at that URL. See how that works? Pretty cool, pretty simple, not too challenging. Now, there's another way, and I'll follow along with me. Some of you, oh, Tom, some laughs, right? So you thought it was going to be PG. Well, it's still PG. It doesn't get to R or anything beyond that. It's still PG. It is a talk. It's a 5-minute talk, but it's pretty wild. Definitely showing off elite talent here, Tom. Yes, thank you, thank you. So that's one way to do it inside GroovePages. There's two other ways to do it. So here's the two other scenarios. You may already have a domain that you want to build a GroovePages either landing page or whatever, and it may already be you may already have changed your DNS to your particular server. And I'm going to show you how to do something that's along lines with that. I forgot which page it was. Okay, so where are we? Oh, I'm in the wrong one. Over here. Okay, so a couple things. So two things. You're either sending it to your domain, that's already on your server, or you have a WordPress page already set up, a WordPress site already set up. So I'm going to show you two of them. So if you go to tombeal.com, it redirects to tombeal.com/blog. I have a blog set up inside tombeal.com, and then also a blog set up inside tombeal.com/blog, if that makes sense. So what I'm going to show you is, first, if you have WordPress set up, this is inside the WordPress login admin area, the dashboard. If you go to plugins, there's a plugin that I'm going to show you that's real simple. It's called Simple Website Redirect. It's free. You load it up and you go into settings. And right now, tombeal.com, whenever people go there, it automatically redirects to tombeal.com/blog. If I want, and just for our purposes here, check this out, I can pick any site and I'll go to, what the heck, I'll do Elite Talent Pro. I'm gonna edit this. I'm gonna go to the publish part. I'm gonna copy, right click and copy this link address. When I go back over into my dashboard inside whatever blog I'm in. So if you have WordPress set up, you get into your dashboard, you go to plugins, and I'll show you one more time. So once you're in WordPress, you go to plugins, you'll have to add Simple Website Redirect, and basically how you do that is you add new, and you type in Simple Website Redirect. Whoops, enter. There it is. Add it. It's already active. Once you've added it, just go to plugins. You go to settings. I'm going to go here, paste in that URL, save settings. Now watch what happens. We open up a new window. I'll do it over in Chrome just to show you. tombeal.com. Boom, boom. There it is. Oop, what happened? Oh, I hit something. tombeal.com. Okay. So there it is. Simple as that. Now, obviously, I'm not going to leave it there. So I'm going to go back and type in tombeal.com/blog, save settings. Boom. There you have it. Type 1 if you're following along with me on this simple way to do the redirect if you already have a WordPress set up. Okay, cool. Because I know there's many scenarios out there. Some of you have URLs that already have sites up and WordPress up and all this fun stuff. This is a quick way to create your pages in GroovePages and redirect it here within WordPress. So that's one simple way. All right, and then now I'm going to go back and show you that if I go to tombeal.com, oops. Okay. Okay. You go to here. Might have some cookies there. So I'll go here, tombeal.com. Now it goes to my blog. All right. So that redirects, right? So cookies play a part. And then the other way is if you have a domain that's not WordPress, yet you have it set up to go to your DNS, right? So it's going to your server, but in essence, there's really nothing there. And let me show you one example. So this one is, all right, so which one are we? So we're in fastsimply.com. Let me just show you what's here right now. Fastsimply.com, nothing. I forwarded it to my DNS. It's on my server, but nothing's there. And so what I'm going to show you is something inside the cPanel. So basically, once I'm logged in, yourdomain.com/cPanel, for many that works. And once you're in your cPanel, you just go to File Manager. You click on Public HTML, and it opens up here. Now you want to create a new file, which is index.html. Boom. Now you got that. Now you click on it, and we're going to click on Edit. We're going to edit, and then we're going to do something that is pretty simple, but I'm going to show you HTML redirect code. Okay, this is HTML redirect code. Copy, if you type into Google HTML redirect code, you're going to find this. Basically, I copy and paste this code, and if you want, I can copy and paste it in here. And I'll just pick someone here that typed a 1. So I'm going to reply all. This is the code. You just replace the URL with your URL, obviously. So I'm going to copy and paste this inside here. And this URL I'm going to replace with the URL that I want for the domain, right? So I'm going to go back to GroovePages, and let's just say it's this one, right? So fast simply, I'm going to go here, copy link address. I'm going to change, highlight the old URL, paste in the new URL, and this is for fast simply. And I save changes. And now, when we go to fast simply, now you see me in the mankini, or whichever URL you'd want. Does that make sense? Type a 1 if you followed along with that. So there's 3 circumstances that I think I pointed out for you that hopefully are super helpful. Okay, good. So Charles 1, Elizabeth 1, Jody 1, Jerry 1. Okay, perfect. So you're following along. So the 3 scenarios. 1, you have a URL that in that particular case you already saw. I had it already sent to my DNS. And let me just show you what that looks like. So where the heck did I go? That simple website. Nope. Oh, here we go. Advanced DNS. Okay, so which site was that? Fast Simply, dashboard, domain list. So Fast Simply. So when I'm in here, what that looks like is I sent it to my DNS already. So those already went to my server, but I didn't have anything set up on it. And that's when I would go to the cPanel, go to File Manager, which brings you here. And you click, well, it brings you a couple of folders back. You click on I'll show you, up one level, click on Public HTML, and then I added index.html, I added a file, and the file was index.html. And that's just for the standard URL. If I wanted a folder like, what is this, fastsimply.com, and if I want a folder of Go, create folder. Now, if they went fastsimply.com/go, right now it wouldn't bring them anywhere. I'd have to create another file, which would be index.html, and then I'd pretty much do the same thing that I did and add in whatever URL I wanted to send them to. You see how I'm hopefully giving you some simple hacks for HTML. And so then you would take that redirect code, copy and paste it, and then choose the URL that you'd want them to go to at fastsimply.com/go. And I'll just show you this. So now if we go to that, fastsimply.com/go, now it's going to redirect to the simplifier. See what I'm saying? So that's one scenario. The other scenario was if you have WordPress, simply get that plugin. And there's probably some other plugins that are simple, but this one's similar and simple. Simple website redirect, go to settings. You tell it which URL to go to, which you would get from your GroovePages inside the publish. So once if it's not there, how you get it is just click on that. And once you've published it, right click on that URL, copy the link address and paste it into that particular portion of this plugin and save settings, and it will now go to that. I'll reverse that. And the simplest way is to do this. I'll just exit out of here and go to the simplifier, edit. is simply just to click on this, host site with us, and then name it, the simplifier, and publish. Boom, there it is. So now when you right click and copy that link and or just click on it, it'll bring you to that live page, which is the URL right there, right? And then if I wanted to make it go to a domain, I would just click that, add the site, and go inside your domain registrar, whether that was, you saw me doing it in Namecheap, whether you have GoDaddy or whatever. If you don't know how to do it, all you have to do is ask your support and say, look, I need you to change the CNAME to this. Where A, where do I do it? Or B, can you do it for me? And they'll help you with that. So in any of the domain registrars, they have a very elite support staff. So that is how to quickly create an opt-in, how to integrate it with your particular autoresponder, and then how to publish it either to use the domain that GroovePages gives you, that you have the ability to add the subdomain aspect at the end, or publish it on your domain, as we've shown with a couple examples. So let me go to the keynote and see what else we had to talk about. All right, so let me just do the quick review up here. How to connect your autoresponders, did it. How to quickly create an opt-in page, deliver your freemium. All right, deliver your freemium. So we talked about that. And as you saw, what's missing right now, but will be there soon, is your ability to, when you integrate, once again, so we're here, we go up a module, we're in the active campaign component right there. When we go to configure, very soon when you configure it, there's going to be that thank you page URL. And that thank you page URL is where you'd have some type of welcoming copy and or video and or possible one-time offer upsell. But right now, as you see, it's not here, but it's going to be there soon. The other thing is, as I mentioned, this is not going to be here much longer as well. This whole thing will be going away where we drag in. It's pretty much going to be the blocks inside the templates and then also blocks in the forms. So these will, in due time, be able to be integrated. So for instance, if we were to pull this over, this will have the similar type of capability where we go up and now we're in this block and we'll be able to do the integration that we did in today's training. We can't do that now. Remember, as of now, it's got some connecting of the dots to occur, but in short time, with these simple forms, they will have that capability when you're there to have, just like we showed, Aweber or Active Campaign or Get Response, whatever you're in, it will allow you to choose that and integrate it properly. Right now, that's not the case, but very soon that will be the case. But in the meantime, all we have to do is simply, after you've integrated, all we have to do simply is go to Elements, scroll down, pick whichever one you need to drag in, drag her in, click on it, go up, or click on this right here, Active Campaign Component, Configure, Integration, Active Campaign, List, Simplifier App, Update. You see, and obviously that's not where I'd put it, but just to show you. And then obviously the back button is our friend. Back button out, there we go. So pretty simple. And my hope is I simplified this process for you. I've been paying attention to me clicking around and stuff like this. Let me check and see if there are any questions that we can help address or answer. And then let me also review to make sure. Okay, so I showed you how to integrate your custom domain inside GroovePages, inside your domain registrar using the CNAME, inside your cPanel, creating that index file with the redirect copy index.html. And then I also did it, let me copy this, duplicate, inside your WordPress dashboard. So we also covered inside your WordPress dashboard. So those are the ways that I think are pretty simple. There is one other way that I guess I'll show you real quickly. This probably it's inside your domain aspect, but here's real quickly how to do it. Let me think which name. I don't even know which some of these what they're doing. Okay, that one's not one. What one is Actualize Millionaire? All right, this one's good. All right, so a quick way inside Namecheap, and you can also do it inside GoDaddy and things like that. Real quickly, the source URL, like all you have to do is simply replace this with one of the URLs of GroovePages. So let me just pick one. So this one here, publish demo test, copy link, go back over here. All I have to do is quickly just change it, and boom, that's how to do it. So Actualize Millionaire. I had nothing there. See if it might take a second to do something. There, okay, I already did it, right? So sometimes it takes a little while to propagate, but this was very quickly done. So that's the real fast way to do it inside. For Namecheap, it's a couple steps inside GoDaddy, but pretty much the source URL, which is the URL, where do you want it to go, right? And without it pointing anywhere, it pretty much doesn't show anything anyhow. So I'm just going to put one of my other sites, the simplifier.com. Perfect. Boom. Now it's going to go there, right? So I have a lot. I like domains, so I have a lot of domains. And who knows? Some of them are on my server, some of them automatically redirect, etc. It's up to you to use the different ways that we showed you today to see which makes the most sense. Do it inside your GroovePages, inside your domain registrar, the two ways that I just showed you, inside your cPanel, inside your WordPress dashboard, etc.
Hey, Tom, I may be throwing you under the bus a little bit here,
Sure.
but they've asked if you can show them how to move the image down on your opt-in page. So,
This one?
yeah.
Okay. I have no idea. And that's a great question.
I have an idea, but
Okay,
it's just sort of fun to see. I want to see you get there logically. Like, I think that
sure,
that's helpful to people.
sure. Yeah, for me, I would keep it
Maybe
more
try
simple. Like,
expert mode.
okay, cool. I would keep it super simple. So right here, configure. I don't even know how to get, like, where is expert mode right now? I can't even see it.
Okay, click on that again. I don't know if this is the answer, so click on, because
Oh, there it is. Okay, there it is. Yep. Now I see it. Yep.
and now there
Expert
should
mode.
be spacing, or I think that gives you, yeah, the padding for the area.
Okay. There we go. Okay.
Yeah.
There he is. All right. Spacing. So there's that. Yep. So spacing will allow you to move it around. Perfect. And
That
then,
creates the space in the margins for you. So what we would ordinarily maybe call padding, if you're familiar with it,
mhm,
that's what's there.
mhm. Yep. Cool. And as you've seen and how we began this is all improvise, adapt, and overcome. This is all new. This is a brand new tool, and it keeps getting better and better each day, each week. And changes are going to occur regularly, as we also walked through in the very beginning. On a daily basis, there's updates. It'll be interesting to see how quickly all that we've trained today, excitingly, will be obsolete, and we'll have to do another training because it's changed, and that's going to be coming real soon. So the cool part about it is to simplify it, to not get caught up in all of the details, not get caught up in perfection. Just recognize that done is better than imperfect action is better than perfect inaction. Done is more profitable than almost done, right? So it has to be good enough to be able to get out there and start generating leads for you, start generating sales. It doesn't have to be that perfection yet, your particular sites. And that's just in the world of marketing. I mean, the funny part is, and Donna, you know this, I mean, we've tested brilliantly, amazingly created pages versus the simpler headline and opt-in. And we're like, oh, the brilliant one's definitely going to outconvert the simple one. And sure enough, the tests many times come back, the simple one outconverted the more intense creative one. So it's always a test, but the one test that definitely wins 100% of the time is an opt-in page that's up 100% outperforms an opt-in page that isn't up.
Absolutely.
Right. Right. So play around, have some fun with it, and get to the good enough stage where, you know what, you've got the right headlines, you've got enough. People ask, how long should it be? And that's how long should the copy be? How long should the video be? The answer always is as long as it takes to get the message across, as long as it takes for people to say, yes, I want that. Oh crap, I would have paid for this. I only have to enter my name and email. I'm in. That's the goal. So just remember, imperfect action always beats perfect inaction. All right. Georgia, I have lots of domains too, so helpful. Good, good, good. Would you insert an empty block? Nabi. Okay. So to change things around, you saw Donna help me figure out how to modify it down. There's usually a simple way. And Donna has been playing around with it and knows a lot of those little tips that thankfully she's here to help point them out to me as well. Um,
I actually kind of treat it like a game when I can't figure
Mhm,
something out. Puts me in a
mhm,
completely different mindset from getting aggravated or frustrated because something's not working or it's not intuitive. Like, remember, this software is still in beta.
mhm, mhm.
So we want to know when something isn't intuitive to you. Like, we like that feedback. But I just sit there and go, oh, okay,
Right.
I can't figure this out. So let's assume that it's here. Where would it logically be? And then I try to remember about how I did things in other places inside the app. I just find that thinking about it like a game
Yep.
makes it more fun and less frustrating. So I'm actually
Yeah.
doing it in the background now. George
Yep.
had a question that I don't
Mhm,
remember the answer to, because very
yep.
often I don't remember the answer to these questions. Just
Mhm,
like when we just sized that, I didn't know, but I had a suspicion that you could just play with the padding and move it down, but I didn't actually know that until you did it. So
mhm.
George asked a question, do you know where the hide from mobile, et cetera, is? I can't find it now. And so what I'm doing in the background has been trying to figure out where that is. I don't remember where it is either. And
Mhm.
I'm kind of playing around with all the attributes. So I just want to let you know, George, that I haven't found it yet.
Yep. Yep. And actually, that's a great point to bring up because at the top here you see all the different screen sizes, and it's always important to go through and actually. Mike is stressing how mobile first is key. So in essence, if we were smart, we'd probably all want to create our design in mobile and then continually move larger and larger as we progress. And it's going to be different for each. If we go the opposite way, apparently it takes more editing. Like if we start at the larger and then go back here, we might have to re-edit a lot of stuff. So for here, like it's not that hard to go in and do the text. Now we can test around here and figure out what. There we go. Instead of 3 lines, we got 2 lines, right? So you can change some things around. And so anyhow, playing around with it, as Donna said. Donna, it reminds me, and as you said that, I was thinking of escape rooms. Like this is like put your escape room hat on. Like okay,
That's
what,
exactly it. Yeah.
right? What am I missing? I don't want to get frustrated. Okay, what? It's got to be a simple way. What am I missing? And just to give you some heads up, like just to figure out the thing that we showed you today, had we not shown you, it probably would have been very difficult because it was for me. So for instance, clicking on this button after we integrated it and brought it in, how and where do we integrate with that? And it's
Yep.
by selecting that whole box, going over to configure and doing it. Once you see it, you can't unsee it. But prior to that, you're looking to the left, the right, and never would have thought to look down and click on that.
And
Especially
part
for here.
of the confusion that we experience, so we know you're experiencing it too,
Hmm.
is that we've used other page builders. So
Hmm.
even as I'm
Correct.
trying to process this question from George, I'm thinking about how it worked in other page builders, which is not how it works in GroovePages. I did remember how it works.
Hmm.
So why don't we show him now?
Hmm.
Let's take that image and hide the image from mobile. So
Okay.
here's what you do. You go to the top where the little mobile device is, and you click on the mobile device.
Yep.
And this will change in the future.
Mm-hmm.
You go to that image and you hit delete. Just delete it. Yep. Are you sure? Confirm. And now if you go back to the main page, you'll see that that image
It's gone.
shouldn't be there. It should be there. So I
Yeah,
feel like
actually,
there's
this
another
is
thing.
something. This is something that a couple days ago it would have still been there. And Mike actually showed me something today, and he said it was coming soon, but I think they may have jumped because a couple days ago, exactly what you just did,
Would
and
have
told
done
me,
it.
right,
Yeah.
right, right. So they're doing
That's
some things, yeah, that are right now. So
even when I said this is about to change, apparently it
right.
already has.
Right. Yeah. So we have to get clarification on that because last week's training and in between there, as we made modifications on this smaller one, it didn't impact the larger one, and it, but
Yep.
now the changes on the small one are impacting the big one. So
So
I have to,
here's
yeah,
what's going to change. So I know about that, so I can speak to it. I'm not sure if you do, so I'm just going to butt in. What is going to happen is because mobile first is so important for Google indexing, we're going to force page design in mobile,
hmm
and there'll be a toggle switch that lets you, after you design in mobile, will let you say apply to all other areas or just to this page or that page. So it will allow you to choose what pages the change applies to. So
hmm
yes, it is
hmm
changing.
Yep. Yep. Continually. Well, and that's,
Yeah.
yeah. So just get in here, play around, put that cap on. And this is escape room. Okay. What am I missing? This is simple, and keep that simplifier mentality. Like, okay, I want to just keep it simple. I don't want to get too complicated. What is a template that I can find, modify quickly, and get up and start, with the headline, producing value, and getting people to say, "Holy cow, I want that," and get it out there and test it, right? Quickly.
Sean
Like,
has a
don't.
really good question that I think we should address for everybody.
Sure.
He asks, will changes that affect sites I build now, do I need to keep up with those as changes roll out? Well, I have to need to rebuild my sites is what he's asking. And the good news is no. The changes that are happening right now are all happening, they're happening to the builder, but not the sites.
hmm
So it changes how the site is created. But once your site is created, no changes that happen inside the builder will impact your site at all.
hmm
It will impact your builder when you go in and make changes to your site.
hmm
So just remember, we're changing the builder, not your website.
Perfect. Awesome. 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 All right, so ladies and gentlemen, this was fun. My first training, and hopefully, I love the activity, and it looks like everybody picked up on how to do this. Now I'm excited by the time we chat next Tuesday to see all the progress. So the challenge is out there. Like now that you've learned how to integrate your autoresponder, how you've learned how to quickly pick a template, make the modifications, use the back button, use the forward button as you progress and play around, but getting it out there, and whether it's hosted through the GroovePages, the simple way that you're allowed to do it very quickly, get that URL up and out, and get some people seeing it, seeing the value, playing around with a couple of the headline tools that we shared and showed you today, to get some eye-grabbing headlines, some attention-getting headlines, and get people to opt in and start growing your list. And then in the upcoming trainings, next week, we're going to be talking about creating a product in GrooveSell. Week after that, creating a sales page. And then the week after that, creating legal pages and how to do all of that simply. And once again, they're all at the same time, Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern. Um, and man, it's going to be fun. So the challenge is out there. Now that you know how to integrate your autoresponders, how to create the quick opt-in pages, let's get it out there. Get people's eyeballs on it. Get people opting in. And as the word have been spoken, the money is in the list, right? Grow that list. Get people to know, like, and trust you, and then we'll get to creating that sales page so they also know, like, and trust you, and open up their wallet and start giving you money as well. That's a fun part. So, Donna, anything else for today before we wish everyone a good evening?
I want everybody to give give a little one in the chat room as a sign of applause for Tom for his first solo training. He did a great job. This is not easy, folks. Demoing live software is about the hardest thing that you can be doing. So you did a great job, Tom. Thank you so much for all of your training, and I'll see you and everyone else next week as well.
All
The
right.
recording will be posted on the Facebook page and in Groove Digital Academy. So your replay will come out either tonight or tomorrow morning at the
All
latest.
right. Perfect. All right. Everybody have a great evening. I'll chat with y'all soon, and impress me next week when we chat and start filling me in on all the progress. So let's make it happen. Talk with you soon. Make today great. Bye for now.